Welcome to my channel where I teach you to be the CEO of your nursing license. I'm Christina, and today I'm sharing with you exactly how much my paycheck is right now in 2022 going into 2023. My contract started in September and I'm going to end right before the holidays. So there's a lot of drama, lots of drama on TikTok and all the places about travel nurse rates dropping. And there's still really good paying contracts out there. I am making way more money than I ever did as a staff nurse. I don't think travel nurse contracts are ever going to go back to those pre-COVID day rates that are super low. I mean, we are just way too deep into this. There's just such a massive nursing shortage that I don't think hospitals can afford not to pay. Now, are we going to see extremely high paying contracts? Well, that's really subjective. So let me share with you mine. I'm going to pull up my contract right here. I'm going to read it with you. I can't show you like what a full contract looks like just because the agency's name is on it and I don't need them coming after me for anything legal. So I'm just going to give you a rundown, but contracts are very, very simple. Like, it's not even a real contract, as you have heard with rates dropping mid-contract, which it did happen to me. It's not really a legally binding contract. My husband is an attorney. He always reviews my contracts and he was like, yeah, this isn't even a real contract. Like, it's a joke. So I wouldn't even call it a contract. It's an agreement. I'm going to tell you everything that is on my contract without showing you the actual contract, just for legal purposes. Okay, my contract is in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's a 13-week contract. I am scheduled for 40 hours a week. Anything after 40 hours, I get paid overtime. So my current rate, my taxable hourly rate, is $65.55. Anything over 40 hours, I get paid overtime, and my overtime rate is $135 an hour, which the overtime rates on your travel contracts are actually really good. They're more than time and a half, which is really nice because this contract has been a really difficult one. Like, it's been challenging and I have been getting overtime almost every single week. Okay, so then my tax-free money, I get a meal plan of $483 a week and a weekly housing stipend of $959 a week. So my total weekly package is $4,064. I also get standard medical insurance. So because I get medical insurance, they take away about like $100-something a week from me. So my friend is actually on this contract with me, and her pay package is a little bit higher than mine because she does not take insurance. So they say the health insurance is free, but it's not. Like, they do take a little bit of money. They take about, I would say, anywhere from $100 to $120 a week out of your paycheck to cover you for insurance. Now, if you're going to add a spouse or children to your health insurance, it goes up a little bit. And I have health insurance, dental, vision. I feel like one of the arguments that people are like, oh, what's great about being staff nurse is the benefits. Well, I get full benefits with working as a travel nurse. I get health insurance, I get vision, I get dental, and I have a 401k with matching. So times have changed. The great thing about Cleveland is I am in the Midwest. So if you can pick up contracts in like the Midwest, it's great because housing is way cheaper here than the rest of the country. Now, it is still expensive because that's just the world we live in. I am paying about $1,600 at my Airbnb. So I am still able to take home a big chunk of my tax-free money, which is great. You always want to be able to come out ahead with that tax-free money because while the taxable hourly wages are higher than what you would make as a staff nurse, the real money is in those tax-free stipends. You should try to get your housing in 1 to 1.5 weeks of pay from those tax-free stipends. So the rest of the money you are profiting. Because honestly, you guys, being a travel nurse, while it's fun and there's money in it, it is very stressful. It is not for everybody. There is a lot that goes into it, and you deal with a lot of BS at jobs. Obviously, you're going into places people don't want to work, and you are just dealing with a lot. It's hard. It's hard to pick up and move every 13 weeks to find new housing. So I highly recommend that you make sure before you pick a contract that you can find decent housing. My rule for housing is if you can get anything over $2,000 in 2022 going into 2023, that is good. Now you might be like,
oh my God, that's insane. Why would you ever pay that much in Ohio?
You have to understand it's very different getting a 3-month lease somewhere than it is if you literally lived in Ohio. People who live in Ohio probably don't pay $1,600 in rent, but you are renting something for short term, furnished, and you don't pay utilities. So you're gonna pay more. Like, obviously you're gonna pay more. But if you were out in California, your rent for short-term leasing is probably gonna be $3,000 or more. So yes, your pay package is more out there, but your housing is way more expensive. So something to consider. I think the location of where you pick up your contracts is super important. But I hope you guys like these tips. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel because I am constantly coming at you with really good stuff for anyone who wants to be a travel nurse. And I'll talk to you later. Bye guys.